We've just landed in Plain, Washington at the Northwest Overland Rally. We just completed the first half of the BDR trail, the southern half. So that's been roughly 3 days. Now we're here. Rigs are nice and dirty from the trail still, which is kind of fun. We usually roll into these and polish everything up, but real life experience. Now we're gonna hang out with some great people, have some fun, and then the rest of the group will continue on and do the second half of the trail. So nice little rest. It's good to be around people.
Overlander is presented by General Tire. Anywhere is possible. In association with Patriot Campers. And in part by Magpul, apparel and hard goods. Equipped. Warren, go prepared. CBI Off-Road Fabrication. MaxTrax, take the easy way out. Icon Vehicle Dynamics. And the power of Red Arc.
So my name's Ray Highland, and I am the sales and marketing guy for the Northwest Overland Rally. So I invite everybody to come down and have fun and tell them what to expect and make sure when they get here the event meets their expectations.
My name is Mario Donovan, and at this event I kind of do the background logistics. I do all the field layout and deal with insurance and accounting and permits and things like that.
So the Overland Rally has a really simple mission. Have fun, make friends, learn stuff.
The purpose of the event is to provide a place where community can kind of come together. People who are either interested in remote travel and maybe want to learn some more, and for people who are already deep into it, as evidenced by all the cool vehicles that are here. And it becomes like, it's almost like a powwow for those people to come and see each other and hang out and do raffles.
It's been going for 8 years now, and the same people keep coming back every year. It's more of a family reunion than the show now. So we have a wide variety of events and classes and courses that run all weekend.
First aid, navigation.
We have advanced and basic winching training. We have non-winching recovery. We have technical driving on the technical course with certified instructors. And then we have a lot of fun stuff. We have a lot of family classes, spotting with your kids. We had a family ukulele night last night.
There's early morning yoga classes for people who are early risers and want to get their stretch on, cooking classes. All of the vendors here participate in some way in some class.
So the Northwest Overland Rally, it's fun for the whole family, and we host it here in Plain, Washington, just outside Leavenworth every summer. And people can find us on Facebook looking for Northwest Overland Rally, or they can look on our website, which is www.nwoverlandrallye.com.
A big part of the rally is classes. Shelley helps out in teaching the all-women's class that has a record attendance, including Rachelle's mom, Darlene, who will be joining us for the second half of the BDR. It's awesome to see such enthusiasm in overlanding coming from the gals. We really had a great time at this event, but it's time to head north.
What do you want, Nate?
Where have you been?
I saw you.
I've been looking for you for days.
Well, I've been here this whole time.
Hello.
Crazy. Oh, I can see myself.
Hello.
That's weird. I wonder if that'll show up.
So today starts the Expedition Family Circus.
Are we going to...
Very excited! Did you get it? Yeah, I got it!
It's the first time we've filmed with the family in a long time, maybe 3 years. And I'm just gonna preface this trip with this. I have no idea how this is gonna go.
Even the dog is with us on this one.
She knows how to do it herself, little stinker.
Yeah? Just giggle, giggle, giggle. Truly stepping into the unknown on this expedition here. This family expedition. Usually an expedition is defined by having a specific purpose. That specific purpose is survival on this trip.
Any premonitions on this adventure you're about to embark on?
You know, none really, other than it's going to be an adventure. I'm not used to this kind of stuff, so we're gonna see what happens.
Whatever we want to do, we do it. You know, like.
We have a change of priority for this trip. Instead of the miles, we are focusing on our time together, and that means finding camp sooner than ever. We will try to make it to the end of the BDR, but most likely we will only make it to the Conconoli Reservoir with the time that we have. Our first day is a shorter one, which I highly recommend when planning your trips. A lot of times day one is a big day, but with family stuff, an easy first day will take a lot of stress out and help you get your feet on the ground. Does that sound good? 30 PSI and take your suspension down maybe 3 clicks. We shall. You ready, Eli?
Yep.
Let's do it. This is one of those things that any kid can learn. Teach them once or twice, and they feel a part of, you know, having an ownership in the vehicle and the trail. I mean, what can go wrong? You know, you check it. They take too much air out of it. Put a little more air in with your compressor. So it's a low consequence chore for a kid to take on at first. On the great family expedition, family circus expedition, we have found ourselves in another circus. Yeah, so we got behind this other group. We let them pass, and there are like, I was under the impression there's 3 cars. I was wrong. There's like 400. And every time someone stops, there's like 800 people get out of the 400 cars. So we could be here for a while, but it's okay. It's trail work. It's after an event, there's a lot of people around out having fun just like we are. Washington continues to be absolutely stunning as we make our way towards tonight's camp. That looks good. I think that'll be just fine.
Before the kids see.
My willpower is diminishing by the second.
Before the children see you, and then they
All right,
walk home.
let's. So you got galley going. Cool. I do.
Make sure to have something for yourself to keep you sane from all the kids.
I hate taking medicine. So we just got into camp. We got camp basically set up, and it came down to the point that, hey, this isn't very common that we are setting up camp in the daylight. And the reason is, with Expedition Overland, we have to make so many miles per day or to get to a certain destination, and whenever we land there, we land there. And because we're filming, we're usually late. Today is a little different. We decided that we were going to prioritize our stopping time. And wherever there was a camp around that stopping time, that's where we're going to land. So that's how we got here. We wanted to say at 6 o'clock, we're going to shut down. We're going to find a place to camp so we can make meals, the kids can run around. That was the priority.
What's up, bro? Where are you gonna go?
I'm gonna go down to the lake pretty soon. No, right over there.
After already being on the road for a week, Eli is feeling extra confident on this side of the trip.
It's a cool cherry.
I don't think it's cherry.
No, what do you think it is?
A mango.
Mango!
Yeah,
Alright,
I don't want to eat it.
Should go find out.
I'm the king of the world! Wait, what? What is that? Panda food. Oh!
Are you excited for some dinner?
Oh, you bet.
After your long, hard day on the trails?
Well, long, but maybe not hard.
You did some navigating today too, didn't you?
No.
You did some navigating.
Oh, you mean look at the iPad and say, duh, turn here? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job. You did a great
Okay.
job.
Okay. You verified.
Looks pretty good.
Looks so good.
Looks so good.
It does look good.
Let's get that automatically.
Taste test number 1, what do you think? Top notch?
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
Mustard.
You look very content.
She got stung twice by a bee, 2 bees.
Did you let a bee sting your daughter, Eric? Is that what just happened? You just like let her walk in a beehive? Is that what happened?
Actually, I didn't see it because it was in the log.
Oh, that
And I
popped
told her to follow me, and she didn't listen, and she climbed up on the log, and I wasn't looking, and then all of a sudden I heard some screams. So.
She got that one
Can I see your sting?
in North
Is
Dakota.
it on your cheek? Oh yeah, they got you, didn't they? You're so brave though.
Where are you going? Where are you? Where are you? Ah, Dad!
Okay, up the ladder.
Ow! No!
Up the ladder.
No! No!
Go! Go!
Okay, I'm done.
You win. Whoa! Whoa!
Where are you gonna sleep?
In the car.
Where at? You wanna show me?
I always make riders sleep in the truck because he fits there. He obviously loves it.
Good night.
Good night.
See you. Sleep tight. Love you.
I mean it.
You. Wonder why we locked him in here.
Boop, boop.
Good night, Nathan.
Sleep good.
You too.
Thanks for dinner. See you in the morning.
Sounds good.
Good night. Sleep good, bud.
Oh, I have so many mosquitoes.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. Buenos noches.
Oh, buenos noches.
Sleep good.
We were just discussing we haven't gone to bed this early in weeks. It's only 10 o'clock. It's like noon.
So good.
So I don't even know what to do with myself.
What's going on here?
Well, you see here, we had a hot water, and then we poured the hot water and we're steeping our coffee for the morning. And I just like to keep it as warm as possible, so I put the pot on top of it.
Oh, for me?
For you.
Whoa! Thank you.
Clay, why did we ever stop doing this?
Why did we stop doing it?
As adults, quote unquote.
know.
Why did we ever stop?
That just looks like so much fun.
On any trip, the first morning always has a big learning curve. But everyone here is excited to pitch in and learn.
We have all of our kids, you know, our youngest is 8, our oldest is 13 at this time, so they can pack their bags. Make them pack their bags. We double check them, but they do it, so they know where stuff's at. We also make sure that they're under the discipline of zipping up their bags, because kids have a terrible habit of doing that, and then you grab a bag and everything falls out. So put them in the habit of zipping them up. The next thing is teach them water conservation. They're used to running the sink at home and things like that. Kids will go through water faster than anything in camp. So show them how much or how little water they need to get their toothbrush running or to fill their cup or to wash something out. They need to be taught that. So, and then what else? Give them little jobs in camp, and jobs that they have a role in fixing or creating. So my kids have a role of pulling out all the trash out of a car every time we get to a gas station. Because who's generating the most amount of trash? The kids. So pretty soon they start to realize, hey, I don't want to create all this trash and all this mess, because every single time I'm the one who has to pick it up. So those are just the quick tips that I remembered from this morning. I'll let you know if I come across any more.
So we're going to backtrack back into that town, grab a few supplies, and then today we are going to truck up this aqua colored line up here, and it's going to take us further north, cruise up here to another little town, and hopefully find a good camp up there this evening. And as Clay said, we're kind of cutting off our drive time around 5 or 6 because we've got kiddos and grandparents. We like to get into camp early, cook a good dinner, and have some time to hang out. So that is the plan for today.
Heading up the road, a fellow overlander relays some information to us that the road ahead may be closed.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Good, good.
You guys doing the BDR, or what's your plan?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so just some information for you guys. So
Fox
Peak is completely washed out.
Really?
So there's no getting through. There is one bypass route to try.
Okay.
We just went down it, and this construction guy is kind of fixing it up.
So we asked them
Gotcha.
kindly trying to get through, and there's nothing.
They wouldn't let you, huh?
No.
They said that the road wouldn't open up till 5 p.m. tonight. So they went back and they were gonna try a route around Cooper Mountain. And that's kind of where we're left at. There was a red Jeep in front of us that is waiting for us to get turned around. So we're gonna meet up with them, get turned around, and figure out what's next.
Copy. So we pulled over here because we still think we are on the BDR according to our GPS units, and marking the trails, looking at the Forest Service roads. However, we had come across just a few minutes ago this other team of people that were coming up and in that Tacoma and said, hey, it's closed, but they were on a different road apparently, and they were under the assumption they were on the BDR. Gave us that info, that intel, but until you verify it for yourself, just consider it information. It's not fact until you verify it. So we came down, we wanted to make sure, we actually just wanted to see the washout, and as we continued on, we realized that they had taken a different turn somewhere, and we are able to continue on the BDR.
One of the best parts of overlanding is learning to be self-sufficient. It's extremely rewarding.
Well, sometimes shooting content is extremely difficult. And today is proving to be one of those days. We're driving through beautiful scenery, but it's raining, so we can't fly. And then we do come to a great spot where there's lunch. We're having lunch. We're like, hey, it's nice. It's not raining. Let's get a drone out. Let's get some scenery and stuff. Restricted airspace. Can't fly here. Hence the jet we hear right now. So there's just times it comes down, it's a battle sometimes. And the catch-22 is, it's an easy day. But then there's this anxiety that comes from it because you're not producing content for the camera. But right now, we're not able to produce content for the camera. But if we talk about producing content for the camera and how their struggle, in turn, we're actually making content.
I might need help opening this.
What, Nate?
Not too far up the road, we do come across another washout. The one in which we had been warned about days before.
This would have been a doozy, but I think we could have done it.
I do too.
It's nice that there's a bypass now. We're here late enough that you can see a survey marker was up there. They've already come in here and they're looking at it. But we could have, it would have taken time, but we'd have knocked that out. Shall we go? You ready to spot?
Go!
All right.
The washout provides a great safe spot for Nikki to practice her spotting skills and for Grandma and Grandpa to get a little time behind the wheel and apply stuff that they learned at the rally.
That was cool. Seeing Grandpa and Grandma taking it on in the Land Cruiser with the Patriot camper on the back. Their first little bit of technical here. Handle it like a champ. It's fun to see people stretch from their comfort zones. Check it. Did you get it?
Boom.
All right, sweet. So we set the time priority for 6:15 2 hours ago. We were like, let's talk about camp. Made it through that little bit of an obstacle, which was fun for everybody. And now we're here. Plenty of time to set up, let the kids run around, have fun. And we're gonna get some grub going, get some tents popped. It is a little buggy, so get some thicker jackets on and have a nice camp. Let's go.
What up?
We have chicken grilling that we are going to add to some chili to make Niki's famous chicken chili.
The
What?
chicken chili has been a staple of XO's cooking for many moons.
It gets modified on each trip depending
does.
on what we have or how much time you guys have.
I think on the original expedition, the original trip to Moab,
chili,
we had
grilled chicken, cheese,
Fritos.
chili cheese Fritos, avocado, and sour cream. We do chili serious here.
Dang.
She's
so,
trying to get
not
away.
many people know this, but the man behind the camera right now, Michael Wills, is the first person to go on an overland trip with me. And we had the original Tacoma, the 2001 four-door, in the original series. And I said, hey, there's this thing that's called overlanding. You want to go on a trip? And he said, sure. How long are we going to be gone for? I don't know, like 10 days. So we got a cooler, and we got a tent, and we packed it all up. And Michael hadn't been out of the state for a while. He'd never been to Utah. And we went down to Colorado. We went to an elk ranch on a friend's place, and we looked around. And then we went over to Moab. And when we got back, we were like, this is really cool. And then just after that, Expedition Overland became a thing.
AKA my grandma.
AKA your grandpa.
So if I hit this button right here, can I be done?
Yeah, babe.
And I came across another camp tip.
Ooh, perfect. Do tell.
Whatever camp you come into,
Yes.
you walk into it and you do a site survey, right? And one of the biggest things you need to do is look up, especially under coconut trees. Never park under a coconut tree.
We spend the rest of the night talking about hunting knives, one of Michael and I's shared passions. LT Wright just very graciously gifted me a knife for working with them over the years.
They came by and they've sponsored us in the past, and they he came by and he gave me
Nice
this
shape.
boy.
Michael, however, is quite skilled at making his own.
Depending on the hardness.
Ever since I've known him, he has been hunting with knives that he has made himself.
Just little pits.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's because the steel.
Little chipping.
Yeah, it was a little too hard for
Okay.
what I was doing.
Oh, it's too hard. Okay, yes.
He's a legend in my book.
So we're packing up this morning. We're going to go finish the 5th section of the BDR. Then it looks like we're going to turn and burn towards home, which means there is a final section of the BDR left to go, which pains me to say that we went 5 of the 6. It just means that we'll have to come back. We're within 62 miles of completing the BDR. We've got other family to go check out and hang out with over the 4th of July weekend, so we're going to go do that. That's priority. And I'll be back for the BDR.
This trip was all about a new set of priorities. Like many times we have said before, on other trips and expeditions, you can always go further. This trip was all about family, gaining experiences and making memories. I would say that this has been one of my favorite trips so far.
Hey, are you ready for it to all be over?
Am I ready for it to all be over? That's pretty depressing, Nate. No, I'm having a great time.
The BDR was awesome. We as a team and family highly recommend you to go check out a trip like this. Take it on with some buddies or the fam, doesn't matter. We just hope you get out there somewhere and see some new country.
So here's to your next journey and ours. See you next time on Overlander.